Hello friends, welcome back to another episode by Engineering Today, and we're back again with our weekly space updates. Today we start our weekly updates with update number 1, SpaceX starting test campaign of Super Heavy tank. SpaceX recently started a test campaign of the Super Heavy booster with a cryo-proof test of BN 2.1 tank, which is an integral part of Super Heavy booster. The cryogenic proof test was carried out on the 8th of June and late in the afternoon. The BN 2.1 tank, made out of steel rings, passed through extremely low temperatures for testing. It was filled with liquid nitrogen for this test. Carrying out this test makes the tank face high-pressure stress, which it would experience during a real orbital flight. And through this process, engineers also determined whether the tank could bear the immense stress of flight and if there's any need for improvement in tank design. SpaceX has taken a good step for not risking a fully assembled booster for test. Instead, they use the BN 2.1 tank for cryo-proof test first, effectively reducing the chances for loss of a full booster if any issue comes up. On completion of all tests with BN 2.1, engineers will use the experience earned during BN 2.1 testing for the upcoming test procedures of Super Heavy Booster 2 prototype. Update number 2. Jeff Bezos will be on the first crewed New Shepard flight. On June 7th, the founder of Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos, announced that he would ride the company's New Shepard rocket scheduled to launch next month. The announcement came in the form of an Instagram video where Bezos talked about sharing a seat with his brother Mark inside the New Shepard suborbital vehicle for its first crewed flight. "I want to go on this flight because it's a thing I wanted to do all my life. It's an adventure. It's a big deal for me," Bezos stated in that video. "I think it would be meaning to have my brother there," referring to his younger brother Mark Bezos. As a response to that video, Mark stated, "I wasn't even expecting him to say that he was going to be on the first flight. And when he asked me to go along, I was just awestruck." The launch will take place on July 20th from Blue Origin's West Texas test site. An incredible space journey is now waiting for these two brothers. Let's move to our update number 3, based on SpaceX's Starlink program. As the Starlink internet service continues to make progress, SpaceX wants to test a new iteration of its Starlink user terminal. SpaceX made an application addressing the Federal Communications Commission to test 5 new user terminals in Washington, Texas, Utah, Colorado, and California. The application pointed out some valuable information, such as the new terminal would have the same uplink and downlink frequencies used in the Starlink Better Than Nothing program, but with different parameters. Starlink user terminals have 2 different antenna parameters in order to send and receive the signal. This time, SpaceX made changes to the parameters of the receiving antenna by making it smaller. As a result, it would increase the covering area of the user terminal. Moving on to our next update, number 4, some new science experiments reached the space station. Aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon resupply vehicle, some new scientific experiments were sent to the International Space Station. Those scientific experiments include research on kidney cells O2, upon which NASA astronauts Mark Van High and Megan McArthur are working. This biotechnology experiment will help to know about the development of kidney diseases and will pave a way for new treatments. Other than kidney cells, oral health and pharmaceuticals were also sent to the station. In the upcoming week, Kimbrough and Pesquet will move on for 2 spacewalks on the 16th and 20th of June to install some new solar arrays. Flight engineer Shane Kimbrough is now working on the microgravity science glove box to research using freeze drying as a way to store medicines in perfect condition for longer durations. This experiment is known as the lyophilization 2. Let's take a look at our next update, number 5. Collins Aerospace will support NASA life support systems. Once again, Collins Aerospace is helping connect the Space City, Houston, with the space future of the United States. On the 7th of June 2021, executives of Collins Aerospace and officials of the spaceport and city jointly commemorate the groundbreaking of their new 8-acre, nearly 120,000 square feet big campus. This campus is situated at Ellington Airport. Sylvester Turner, mayor of Houston, said, "I'm pleased to announce that Collins Aerospace has joined the Houston Spaceport family." According to a report, this new Collins Aerospace campus at Houston Spaceport will replace their present working places located close to NASA's Johnson Space Center. Collins Aerospace will provide life support systems for the space suits that NASA uses.